Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Edition with me, BringItDon. I don't actually remember what I was doing last episode. I think that we were just upgrading the kingdom. That's what we're going to do this episode. So let's do that. Yeah, that's right, because I was going to upgrade the counselor. Got it. Everything's working out. Oh, 10 events. Rank 8. We're getting there. +3 to divine, +3 to military, +1 to relations. -1 to culture. +7 to economy. My counselor wants to talk arrears. 100% chance of her succeeding. Giants. They wish to be hired as hands. Really? I assume giants... I guess it depends on the breed of giant, right? Because hill giants are really dumb. They're not wild and not very intelligent, and their great strength makes them dangerous to neighbors. And he has a special interaction with it, so that's cool. Poltergeist in the temple again. I'm gonna actually just go ahead and put him on that. The intruder. Alright, so I can upgrade the curator or the regent. Good, so I can put them on these. Let's see what the counselor wants to talk about. Don Victus, the merchants have had enough of your rule. They've suffered heavy losses, and now they conspire against you. Luckily, one of your citizens overheard them plotting and reported their treason to me. You must strike first. The coward should send a treasurer with a purse to reward those who would renounce the conspiracy. Someone more naive might send a regent in hopes of reaching the people's hearts, calling them to stand united and protect the crown, even in the face of their enemies' blades. I advise you to show more wisdom. Visit upon them precisely what they plot to visit upon you. Order your minister to send assassins to the homes of the conspiracy's leader. Decapitate the conspiracy, and no harm will come to you. They'll be like a pack whose leader is gutted on a horn. Okay, that's probably because I sided against the merchants earlier. Or no, I stayed out of the merchant. Yeah, whatever. Baldur has a special interaction with it. Success chance is 0. I can only get it up to 50. Is Ravna the next month? I have no idea. I'm gonna... It's a coin toss, but I'll give it a shot. I'll just quick save beforehand. Then what I'll do is I'll... Well, she's busy now. I'll do the curator. What I'll do is I'll just quick save before I level him up, and if she fails, I'll just keep reloading. You know, I'll scum that one. She had a 0% chance of success, though. That's crazy. It's so low. +1 stability, +3 espionage, +5 to stability, +2 loyalty, 3 divine, 2 community, 9 military. Was it -2 to community? General wants to talk. The walls have ears. Alright. Let's see here. Shipwreck. Alright, so the general wants to talk. This is an opportunity. This is the only problem we're facing. 70% chance to succeed. I'll try it. It needs to be ranked up. So Grand Diplomat, Should probably do the High Priest. He's a little behind the curve. So I'm going to put him on this. It's only an opportunity, so it's not as big of a deal if he gets it or not. Yeah, these guys are falling behind though. They're only at 50% chances of succeeding at these events. That's not good. Super not good. I have alarming news, Your Highness. I've just audited the officers' reports, and I have to admit, the war at the Kellids cost us dearly. It was a glorious victory, but we lost many lives. Our losses must be replenished, but with who? A general mobilization would end with a mob of angry peasants in the ranks. Every volunteer has already joined. I guess we'll be looking at forced conscription. The other option is mercenaries, which is far worse. I've never trusted those who fight for money, rather than honor or duty. I was a mercenary. Your adoptive mother hired... whatever. It's better if we recruit peasants by force. The training they'll undergo will make them realize that it was the right thing to do for their own families and the homeland. See, I don't agree with that, but, yeah, I don't trust the mercenary army. They've got nothing to lose in the defeat. Let us begin a period of mandatory military service. Yeah, we lost loyalty and stability. I commence the military conscription at once. Soldiers with families to defend are far more reliable than mercenaries who only care about their own skin and their pay. A mercenary will flee while a true defender holds out to the end. Again, I'm only selecting it because that's what he wants. I don't actually agree with mandatory service. No, I think I would have actually done mercenaries there. I think that would have been the best choice. Getting a lot of artisan works. Chameleon ring. Sounds like fun. Alright, that's from last time, so is that Serrator. This winning battle axe deals 1 point of bleed damage when it hits a creature. Multiple bleeding effects stack. Bleed will continue until the target receives magical healing or leaves combat. A critical hit does not multiply the bleed damage. Bulwark +2 heavy wooden shield grants its wearer a +5 confidence bonus on to perception checks and acid resistance 5 or 15. Chameleon ring +10 enhancement bonus on stealth skill checks. Oh my goodness, I cannot read. Sucker to Faith. Sucker grants its wearer ability to cast restoration spell once per day as a 7th level cleric. Alright, so otherwise, easy money. Defenders of the Land. +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls while fighting within claimed regions. Put him on that. Alright, he's getting leveled up here. Should put him at what, 5? 4. Oh man, he is super behind. +1 loyalty, economy, and stability. She failed. Yeah, I'm not going to reload. I don't care that she failed. I did waste those coins though, but economy, relation, stability, like we're gaining a lot from all this other stuff, so I don't think they were actually behind. High Priest wants to talk. The Strategist. Enchanted Wind. Devastating Raids. Mineral Spring. Okay, so who needs to be ranked up next? Probably... And put him on this, but he has that red mark. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Alright, so who are we going to rank up next? Probably the treasurer. That'll work, and then I can put everybody else on this other stuff. So the strategist, only he can go on that, but he's also the only one that can go on Devast. Oh, she can. Oh, with an 80% chance of success. So that actually works out. Then put him on this, 80% chance. Enchanted Wind, 85% chance. Mineral Spring, or 100% chance. Top secret, just won't worry about it. Alright, let's talk to the High Priest. I feel like we're making a lot of progress. Jod blushes, then turns pale, his fingers trembling. Your Highness, blasphemy awakens in your domain. I hear rumor of a cult that pretends to worship Aristotle, but the faith they practice is nothing I recognize. According to them, my god demands blood sacrifices to make the forest fertile and strong. The cultists walk the forest with bows, shooting any who pass on sight. These imposters must be stopped. Their bloodlust and blasphemy ill become us. Someone appoint the general and unleash havoc upon them. The treasurer might bribe them with gold, that they might leave our domain. Heed my advice. Bring this case to the counselor. Public condemnation on your behalf will turn people away from this vile cult. Losing a lot of stats from these things. I wonder if it's because Jod and Sana have conflicting ideologies. Because it sounds like... I don't know, I think their events are conflicting with each other. And he wants me to send her to take care of it, which is weird. Because, I don't think that... Yeah, you know what? It's not important. Let's just continue leveling up. +1 divine. Okay, I'm going to take him off of this and put him on it. Oh, he has, like, no chance of succeeding. Alright, cool. What we'll do is we'll just rank up the Grand Diplomat here. And hope for the best. Rank 4. Economy, Relations, and Culture. Because of my birthday. Well, no minuses. Loyalty, military, economy, stability, and espionage. +5 arcane. Game diplomat wants to talk. Safe refuge. Top secret. Yeah, she is the best one to put on that. Only 55% chance of success. I think I'll just put her on the other curse, because this is only an opportunity, right? Am I done with curses? Well, hot dog. Can I rank her up? Yeah, I'll just focus on upgrading her then. Alright, safe refuge. A 20% chance, but I don't think that it can... It shouldn't have a negative consequence. So yeah, I'll just do that with a 31% chance as well. And we'll upgrade the counselor next. Diplomat wants to talk. Alright. Your Highness, I'm afraid I have bad news. Today by the river, they caught a man making a map of rivers and bays in our lands. He said he was a scout for the Black Marquis, and was drawing a map to open a trade route with us. Everyone knows the greedy and deceptive nature of these pirates. It's more likely he was preparing an attack against us. I do not recommend we try impressing him with the military parades. Pirates are fearless and stupid, and they're not afraid of a stronger opponent. It's better we receive him as a dear guest, and convinced that it would be beneficial to be friends with us. Or we could do the complete opposite, and pretend we're a backwards country, with no treasures or riches whatsoever. This would yield the best result. What should I know more about the Black Marquis and his protectorate? It's a dangerous place. This dominion was founded by a pirate from Sheliax. When he came across the village of Deadbridge, he saw an ideal camp for pirates and the capital of his future domain. Morgan called on many allies, and ordered that no ships be touched if they fly under the banners of the river kingdoms, and duties from all other countries be collected. Now the pirate nation is ruled by the Black Marquis. His subjects are, all of them, pirates and robbers. Yeah, show him we're rich, and he'll conclude that we're better off, that they'll be better off as our friends. You're probably right, Your Highness. Your courage allows you to see their greed, whereas I, due to my humble nature, am too horrified by their cruelty to see anything beyond it. I do hope our riches tempt them to start trading with us. +3 to economy, so some growth. It's always good. I feel like she comes more than once a month. Oh, here we go. Okay. Almost worthy one. I spend day and night listening to the stories that guests of my workshop bring to share. I decided to sort those stories and put them into 2 baskets. One for stories from local peasants and hunters, and another for stories of travelers from faraway lands. Surprised I was to see that the first basket stays empty all the time, while the other is almost full. While I was thinking about it, I took a walk in the forest, and I meant to jump over the forest stream, but being as how my mind was all distracted by my great basket mystery, I accidentally jumped too high and into the upper branches of a tall oak. And there they were, the stories that had been stolen from the first basket, all hidden in a magpie nest. Sitting on the oak branches, I asked the magpies why they stole from the basket of local stories, and never touched the other. And the magpies told me they love everything that's shiny and bright. And what could be shinier and brighter than your fellow neighbors discussing how they went to the stream to wash their clothes, or repair their fence 3 years ago? Surely not the dusty stories of weary travelers. Ask yourself, O worthy one, why I told you this story, and this is your answer. I have reforged this story into the gift which I present to you now. Eye of the Tornado. Is that her masterpiece? Did I finally get a masterpiece? Because I never got one the first time through. It's only a +3, so I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think masterpieces are only +5. +3 shock heavy crossbow grants Twitter, +2 luck bonus to initiative, and the ability to cast summon medium air elemental spell once per day for 7 rounds. So Jubilost, you can have this, because what do you have? They have Ankle Breaker. Chance to slow on hit, but whatever. Sure. Alright. +1 to relations, projects, Grand Diplomat. I think it counts. Yeah, actually he probably needs to be leveled up more. Alright, let's do it. The counselor is pretty high up there, though she is almost... Oh, +8 to divine. 9 military, 5 relations. Of course he failed. It's fine. Loyalty and community. Relations, arcane, espionage. He also failed. Oh, you actually lose opportunity. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna do opportunities if I don't have a chance. We claim Dunn's word. What do we got going on over here? Drink till you drop. Eclipse. The name of the law. Good neighbors. Eureka. Alright, let's focus on problems. Strength till you drop. Only he can be put on it. Let's not commit any coins to that yet. Jeez Louise. He's the only one that can go on this problem, but if I can put him on here... This might balance out the problem. Yeah, they have higher chances of succeeding on these as well. So if I do it this way, it should balance out the problems that I'm facing. can work on himself. I guess we'll do the treasurer next. Rank 6. Obviously failed that. Failed Eureka, but we didn't lose anything. I gained loyalty and arcane. +3 culture. +1 military relations and stability. -6 divine. Yeah, okay. Treasurer wants to talk. Advisor wants to talk. Urgot. Good, put her on that. Since it is a problem. Alright, let's talk to our advisors. Don Victus, wonderful news. The scouts report that the Black Marquis blunderheads took an interest in other lands and have left your kingdom. They'll be someone else's problem now. Yay! Thought I wanted to be friends, but that's okay. Your Highness, before this country became a kingdom, Brevoy used to collect taxes from all merchants entering our lands. But now this gold is rightfully yours. When I was a baron, I didn't impress the merchants too much. My advice is that you only tax those who sell luxurious things, and leave the craftsmen and townfolk alone. Any gold that an artisan saves will enter circulation anyway. It will be used as material to produce goods. Any gold saved by the townsfolk will go into circulation too. They'll use it to buy goods, whereas the money of a wealthy person will be invested in useless trinkets, which will sit in their mansion collecting dust, not doing any good to anyone. Okay. Yeah, we'll do his plan. Only tax the luxurious goods. Our merchants will be happy to visit us, and our subjects will be able to buy goods cheaply, easily. They will grow wealthier, and at the same time your tax base will grow. This is how we make up for the taxes we didn't charge the merchants. It is a wise solution. I would do the same. Well, you did suggest it, so I would hope you do the same. Be odd if you give me advice that you wouldn't yourself follow. Rank up the treasurer again. I kind of do the high priest because he's falling behind, and I've had him for a long time. The regent is also behind, so rank is 4. She's only rank 2. I think actually the magister would be the way to go here because she's super behind. Oh wow, look at that. He can take care of himself. My magister wants to talk. Power of blood. Blank spots. Alright, we have a bunch of opportunities to try out. And one problem that needs to be taken care of. Yeah, we have enough rank ups to where I'm not actually I don't have to keep up with the ranking up people and the putting them on projects or events. Everything just kind of works out. I have news. More and more mages come to our capital every day. It seems a small mage quarter is forming around the artifact appraiser. There's new bookshops, new alchemy labs, and now we even have an illusionist parlor. The woman can conjure up more dresses and makeup and hairstyles than you could imagine. Perfect for an evening out. Just remember to get back home before the spell wears off. However, there's a darker side to this expansion. A necromancer from Geb is looking to set up shop in your domain. He wishes to raise undead servants and rent them out as cheap labor. In his homeland, skeletons till the fields, cut down trees, and mine ore, while elsewhere, around the world, necromancy is strictly forbidden, for in order to animate a dead body, one must snip off a small fragment of the soul that once resided within. Our guest asks you for a license. In return, he promised to supply us with a fresh batch of workers. Just thinking about it makes me sick. He vows only to use those who sign a contract while they're still alive, selling their own bodies away for a few gold coins. However, I have little doubt that this will lead to all sorts of trouble. First, enterprising citizens will buy shovels and develop the habit of paying nightly visits to the graveyard. Then beggars and orphans will start disappearing from the streets. No, Don Victus, we cannot allow this to happen. Alright, well I forbid this necromancer from practicing his dark arts in my realm. I kind of want to take him up on it, because I mean, I used Jathal. I had no idea it actually showed you the effects. I should really look at the, I don't know, I kind of like just making the decisions not based off how they, what they give me, but off of what I would choose. Well, I don't always choose what I would choose. I like to choose what my advisors would choose, because that's why I have them as advisors, you know? Take their word into account. Okay, wonderful. Hope this venture will leave the capital for good, as soon as I deliver him the news. So I wonder why Shani told me about that story before giving me that crossbow, because I don't think I've ever been told a story like that again after I've already dealt with them in their artisan quests. Never had extra dialogue like that. Okay, we got a bunch of new items. Let's check them out. Eel's Circlet. Circlet grants its wearer +4 enhancement bonus to intelligence, the ability to cast lightning bolt spell at will as a 5th level wizard. At will. Who would that be best on? What does he have? Here. Cast a bunch of lightning bolts, why not? Draping Veil of Prowess. This robe grants its wearer electricity resistance 10, cold resistance 10, +2 deflection bonus to armor class, the ability to cast enlarge person spell. I have this already, right? I feel like I've read that before. Burning Amulet. This amulet adds +4 to the wearer's caster level when they are cast the following spells: Burning Arc, Burning Hands, Controlled Fireball, Fire Snake, Fireball, Firestorm, Flame Strike, Hellfire Ray, Scorching Ray. Well, that would have been really good on Tristian before he betrayed me. So, alright, well, we'll do one more upgrade. Well, maybe a couple more, depending on what happens. Alright, Regent, you need to be upgraded, because you are awful at it. Disaster, but we didn't lose any stats. Did I just not look at that? Whatever. Okay. Regent wants to talk. The braided man. Is he the best one for the job? No, he's not. She is the best one for the job. So put her on that. Regent wants to talk. Something happened that was always destined to happen. The wanton Daver the Grey has spilled so much blood that he's finally lost his mind. He's in the Nara marches, trying to raise a rebellion against us. Ridiculous as it may sound, I'm afraid he's hoping to start a civil war, and ultimately seize power. Oh, we must hurry. We can't afford to enter negotiations with Devor and his cutthroats. It's time for the general's army to crush this rebellion. I suppose the treasurer wouldn't mind bribing Devor's henchmen. I also expect that the Grand Diplomat would prefer to settle this in a peaceful manner. However, there's no more time for such half measures. The rebels have determined their fate. Remember this when it's time to make your decision. We're getting a lot of bad things happening. That's interesting. I couldn't respond to her there. So I think that was different dialogue. Chainbreaker's chainmail. +3 chain shirt grants the square +5 competence bonus on all trickery skill checks, and a +3 resistance bonus on reflex saving throws. It also grants the ability to cast freedom of movement spell once per day as a 7th level cleric. +1 to community. Yeah, we'll put him on the Grey Rebellion. Good, put her on the Arcane Lobby. High Priest, you will be leveled up. +6 to economy. He failed. That's fine. -1 to community, but we gained in 5 other areas. That's fine. Oh, I realized I was upgrading him as a magister. Alright, you get better at this. Why would he train her as a high priestess? Eh, whatever. High priest wants to talk. Arrears again. Alright, hold on. What else do we got? Wind in the sails. It's a coin toss whether he succeeds or not. Yeah, we still have plenty of people to... Alright, let's talk to the High Priest, and we'll call it an episode. And the next one will continue to upgrade our kingdom. We're making a lot of progress. I'm really excited about it. Sacrifice and murder haunts our forests, and your subjects grow suspicious of the other cults. There was a clash between some villagers and a small coven possessing a couple dozen followers. That coven is perfectly peaceful, though nonetheless strange. Its followers remain silent for their entire lives. They believe that words and conversations invite madness. Yet people remain on edge so long as these fanatics remain. They will not suffer such neighbors. And to tell the truth, I stand by the people. Should a friend or kin of mine join such a cult, I too would be deeply troubled. I recommend you order this coven to leave from here, and find a place where they are welcome. Yeah, let these cultists find a new home for themselves beyond our borders. I don't agree with that. I'm all about tolerance, man. Ugh. Yeah. Lose community. Lose loyalty here. But again, he's the advisor. I want to just side with the advisor. And then I'll have different advisors the next time I play through as well. Plus, the next time I play through, I'll be chaotic evil. But this time, again, I'm just going for the NPC advisors that aren't party members if I can. So let's do that. Jod purses his lips stubbornly. We'll ask them to leave, politely but firmly. I hope they will discover for themselves a better faith along their journey. Oh, man. Can you get a tolerant high priest? Oh yeah, Harem can be a high priest, so yeah, I think you can. The half-orc bows diligently, trying to adhere to etiquette. Oh wait, we've already read all that. Trouble solver. Okay. It's an apt name for a weapon. Stonekeeper. +2 corrosive greatsword grants its wielder the ability to cast Spike Stone spell twice per day as a 7th level druid. Trouble solver. +2 frost agile speed dagger. Has a chance to slow an enemy on a successful hit. Okay. I want to get rid of that. It's really good. Oh, it doesn't actually change his armor class. Oh, this is a +4. I did not know that. Well, now I do. Alright. I'm going to call the episode here. Well, let's just clear out my notifications real quick. +1 divine. Alright, in the next episode we'll continue upgrading our kingdom, because we're just knocking it out of the park right now. It's awesome. It helped a lot because this time I didn't hold back on my BP purchasing. My first time through, I didn't buy like any BP until towards the end of the game. That's not the case this time, so I'm having greater success. Anyway, gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.